November 2000, I'm at the funeral of Wayne Fox, a friend of mine nicknamed Maynard, dead of a heart attack at the age of 42. The speakers crackle to life, and I hear, could have been the whiskey, might have been the gin, could have been the 3 or 4 6-packs, I don't know, but look what a mess I'm in. My head is like a football, I think I'm gonna die. Tell me, oh, my, wasn't that a party? You ever tried to not laugh at a funeral? I might have made it had not the next song been, yeah, I like my women just a little on the trashy side, when they wear their clothes too tight and their hair is dyed. At this point, there wasn't a dry eye left in the house, and none of it had a thing to do with sadness. You have to understand, though, I was upset not because Maynard was dead, but because he wasn't alive and living to be right there with us at that moment and enjoy this moment. Because Maynard lived more in 42 years than many people who die at twice his age. He loved his family, his friends, life. He loved life, and he liked to party. And if he's around, you can bet you're laughing or you're smiling. That's just the way he was. I mean, look at this. It's his funeral, and he left us dying laughing. What happens at a funeral normally? We go, life is short. Then we make that vow, don't we? To live our lives more fully. And that lasts about as long as a New Year's resolution. Then here comes our rut. We're right back in it. We forget about it. I'm guilty of it. I've done it too. Not anymore, though, thanks to a friend of mine who lives out in Colorado. Kathy Grant Trump. We went to high school together. She's a couple of years older than me, and this was the 70s, mind you. So Kathy had that long, dark, Cher hair that came to here. I have to admit, at one point, I did have a crush on her. Got to know her a little bit in high school, but as high school friends do, you drift apart. Fast forward 30 years. Here's Facebook. I get the chance to reconnect with her. I told her about the crush. She got a kick out of that. She laughed. We've had some really in-depth conversations, long conversations at night, and I have gotten to know Kathy the woman far better than I ever knew Kathy the girl. Last April, Kathy tells me, she says, Louis, I've been diagnosed with MDS, which is a form of cancer that stops your bone marrow from creating platelets. She started her treatment, and as we talked some more, I said, Kathy, what will you do when you beat this? She said, Louis, I'm going to Hawaii. I've always wanted to go back there. I've been there one time, and that's a place I want to go. My husband and I are thinking about getting an RV, maybe traveling around, seeing some places we want to see, maybe even come down and see some friends. I said, honey, let me tell you something. I haven't laid eyes on you in 30 years. You get anywhere near me, and I'm going to hug you so tight and so long, you're going to have to go, okay, Louis, let go. She laughed. I said, Kathy, look at your name. You were born Kathy Grant. Grant yourself these wishes. Get out there and do it. And then you one-upped it. You married a guy named Trump. Hello? I know what a Trump is. I married a girl from Indiana. My wedding vows went love, honor, and learn to play euchre. I get it. So I told her, I said, Trump this and get out there. She said, you know what, Louis, that's what I'm going to do. She goes, from now on, if it's something that I find fun, that I want to do, that's what I'm going to do. And then she said it, because life is short. January 12th of this year, Kathy took a trip. If I may quote, she slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings. She didn't get a chance to do the things she wanted. I miss talking to her. I'll never get to see her face. I will never get to hug her like I wanted to. Losing Kathy hurts, but her death enrages me because it came too soon for her. She shouldn't be gone now. And I want to get even with death. And the only way that I or any of us can get even with death is to make that vow and stick to it. And I'm going to. In honor of her and everybody that came before her, I will stick to it. And when death finds me, death's going to know I lived. Because like my buddy Maynard, I'm putting fun back in the funeral. I've got a friend of mine I've already told, bring my ashes into the ceremony, set them down, go to your seat. 10 minutes after it starts, everybody knows I'm going to run late. I want one of those rugs Halloween you buy and you put it out in front and people step on it, it screams. Put it in front of my urn. I'm taking somebody with me. And I want people to stand up and talk about the things that I've done, the fun that we've had. I don't want a celebration of life. I want you to celebrate that I lived. And maybe, just maybe, the speakers will crackle to life. And you'll hear, someone took a grapefruit, wore it like a hat. I saw someone under my kitchen table talking to my old tomcat. They were talking about hockey. The cat was talking back. Long about then everything went black. Wasn't that a party? Thank you.